bnptv.
Folks, I have Dean Hartley here from Young British National Party Scotland. Dean's only 16. When I was 16, I didn't know very much about anything. I was being trained to be a tank crewman in the British Army. So, you know, after 5 years I left as a tank crewman, and I didn't find a job as a tank crewman, so I had to do something else. So that was when I was Dean's age. Dean's 16. He has received a lot of flack and a lot of pressure in school, but that I may be eating into his speech, so I'm not going to go any further, but just to let you know that he's here and he's going to say a few words. Dean, would you like it?
Hi everyone, good afternoon. As you know, my name is Dean Hartley. I'm from the Young British National Party, and I sit here today, a frightened teenager, just like many my age are today, but not as many are willing to admit. And maybe this is what's wrong. Too many people are not wanting to be the odd ones out in their small groups, to become group leaders. I tell them you don't have to be 100% clued up in politics. Just make sure you have an opinion, what you believe to be right and what you believe to be wrong. But I do get the same response, which is why bother? Politics is boring. But it is only the new generation that can change us, because politicians like Cameron, Miliband and Clegg know nothing of the young person's mind of today, because they have never had a childhood of their own. They never had to worry about finding work. They never had to worry about mass immigration affecting their job opportunities, about being on minimum wage and trying to raise a family and pay off a home for the rest of their lives. Yes, I'm 16, but I see how my family, my friends' families, and how the UK is struggling with this economy. And no one can hide it anymore, because we can all see it. So how are people my age supposed to compete in the working world when we have been at school all our lives and know nothing else? But yet politicians keep saying young people are not willing to work, which is why mass immigration is needed for these unwanted jobs. It makes me physically sick, because I know people who would give just an arm and a leg just for the job interview, never mind a job. And it's sad to see that we aren't even competing with other Brits, but foreign workers in our own country. I'm in school, I'm online every day, asking, pleading with people, get physically active in politics, because it's your future we're fighting for. Funnily enough, people do follow a political party, but without knowing any of their policies. More so in Scotland, people see SNP and automatically think independence, but know nothing else. And yes, before you ask, there are a lot of growing support in schools for the BNP, and which I like to see. The people who support the BNP know where we stand and what our policies are. But they aren't, it's a disgrace to see that they're scared to admit to their teachers, more so, because the teachers are the ones that will bring you down. They're the ones that will try and take away your freedom of speech. But yet, people who stand up against these teachers are the ones I have to congratulate, because they've finally stuck up for themselves and their friends. Because I know when I was having a lot of trouble with the BNP in school, my friends were right behind me, and I was supporting the party and the policies. And I tried to do a speech on Nick Griffin in English, which the teachers were totally against. And nearly my whole year was behind my back pushing me to go up to the head teacher, complain. So I did it, and I finally got to do my speech, which I was glad. But teachers nowadays believe they have 100% control over every pupil because of this thing called political correctness. They believe they can silence the pupils. But teachers are there supposed to be supportive of the people's opinion, not dictate the people's opinion. But the only opinion they will support is their own. Schools know, more so nowadays, the people are fed up with mass immigration. We've even been in Europe, and that's why they try to silence every one of us, which has to stop. But all we can do is stand up against these teachers, and even if you have to complain to your city council that you're getting harassed by teachers. I know in some cases, I talked to a lot of people from Newcastle, and it's been this one girl who's been harassed in school, and she's had to get the police involved, which is ridiculous. It shouldn't have to go to that, but it does. So last week, MPs were given a chance to vote on whether we should have the referendum on the EU, but why was it not given straight to the public? MPs are supposed to represent the British people, but any MP that voted against the referendum did not represent any person from the UK today. It seemed the voting system that made Cameron Prime Minister did not seem good enough for the public to vote in the referendum. This is because the government knew that the people were fed up with EU law and wanted out immediately. In 1968, a Conservative Party member named Enoch Powell made a speech called The Rivers of Blood in opposition to the mass immigration from the Commonwealth nations. And for this, he was sacked from his position as a Shadow Defence Secretary, all for telling the truth. He warned of riots in the future, and what did we see just a couple of months ago? We've seen streets on fire, people being humiliated, their clothes being took off them in the middle of the streets. And any politician that says we did not see this coming, they are lying. Enoch Powell seen it coming, and so did our very own Mr. Griffin. Finally, speaking about Mr. Griffin, all I can say is thank you for sticking it out and for being there for people like us. It's because of your courage and determination this party has grown and will continue to. Just know we are all here for you. Thank you.